Emma Frost, Origins. Hi everyone, welcome back. I'm Terry Cooper and this is Marvelous Videos. Emma Frost is one of Marvel's most powerful mutants. She can control other people's minds, alter their thoughts and behaviors, and accomplish most of the things Charles Xavier can do, but not to the same extent. Emma is so essential to the X-Men that she was one of the 5 people selected when the Phoenix Force arrived, looking for a new host. Emma is both feared and admired by her colleagues since she has spent decades solidifying her place in the X-Men's history. The character was created by writer Chris Claremont and artist co-writer John Byrne and originally appears in the Uncanny X-Men 129, January 1980. Emma Frost was introduced to the X-Men as the White Queen, a Hellfire Club member and a deadly mutant telepath with a dry wit. After surviving the mutant holocaust in Genosha with the assistance of a timely secondary mutation, the lifelong antagonist eventually became a member of the X-Men squad. Emma's skin hardened into a diamond-like material as a result of the new mutation, increasing her invulnerability and strength. She is invincible to psychic assaults and doesn't require food, drink or oxygen in her diamond form. This multifaceted augmentation greatly enhanced Emma's mutant talents, and she swiftly established herself as one of the X-Men's most powerful mutants. Let's find out more about this anti-hero and her powers in detail in this video today. Before we go into our explanation, we have a very small request. If you like our content, please support us by subscribing to our channel. This is a small click for you, but for us, it means a lot. Thank you. Now, let's begin.
Without his helmet, he's mine.
The becoming of Emma Frost. Emma Grace Frost was born in a Boston commercial family who immigrated from England in the 1600s and fought in the American Revolutionary War. Emma was the second of 3 girls, and she had an older brother Christian who had turned to drugs as a way to escape the misery of his existence and his father's violence. The 3 Frost sisters were mutants whose telepathic powers increased as they approached adolescence, unbeknown to their family or themselves. Emma, who was deemed inadequate by her father, had low-grade point averages and was a social outcast at the Snow Valley School for Girls. Emma began to suffer from acute headaches as a result of her newfound abilities. After that, Emma made everyone in the school unconscious during a mental breakdown, and Charles Xavier was alerted. He visited Emma's father with Dr. Moira McTaggart in the hopes that she would attend his school, but the entire trip turned out to be a waste of time when both Emma and her father expressed opposition to the notion. After the manifestation of her powers, Emma used her abilities to flourish in all facets of her life. Emma opted to pursue a career in teaching, much to her father's dismay, since she developed a crush on one of her teachers, Ian Kendall. Emma's father bullied Emma into giving up her dream of teaching when she was caught kissing Mr. Kendall in front of the Frost estate. After her father, Winston Frost, learned of her brother's homosexuality, he began to distance Christian, leading to his drug misuse and attempted suicide. Christian was instantly eliminated when it came time for their father to pick a worthy heir to the family's riches because of his drug problem and because he was gay. While Adrienne Frost, their elder sister, appeared to be the most logical choice, their father selected Emma. Christian was sent to a mental facility at the same time, and Emma declined to be her father's heir, preferring to forge her own path in life. Emma Frost started working minimum wage jobs and slept in a Boston motel. It was there that she met Troy Kilkelly, with whom she began a relationship and moved in with him. Unfortunately, Troy owed money, and Frost used her telepathy to solve their financial troubles in a casino, but the loan shark demanded that they owed extra for interest. Winston rebuffed Troy's suggestion that they pretend to abduct Frost and demand a ransom, claiming that his daughter was already dead to him. She used her telepathy to acquire all of Troy's business expertise after being slain. Winston was compelled to pay the ransom after her sister Adrienne broadcasted Frost's kidnapping footage on the news. On the other hand, Frost used her powers to liberate herself, grabbed the money, and relocated to New York. Frost managed to flee, changed her hair blonde, and enrolled at Empire State University, where she met Mr. Kendall again. Frost declared her love for him after discovering that he was seeing her roommate, Christine McDermott, and he sought a connection with her. Frost met a fellow telepath, Astrid Bloom, in class, and Bloom began training Frost in the use of her skills. If Ian Kendall would not leave Frost, Christine threatened to disclose his contact with students, but Astrid persuaded him to choke her. Frost telepathically fought and destroyed Astrid after discovering the truth, absorbing all of her telepathy expertise and thereby rescuing Mr. Kendall's career, eventually disclosing her mutant talents to him. Even though she had saved his career, Ian Kendall was disgusted when he discovered Frost was a mutant. When Emma's parents learned of her abilities, they committed her to the Essex Clinic, a psychiatric hospital where she was drugged. The Brotherhood of Evil Mutants abducted her at some time during her stay there.
Eric, I believe.
Catherine Kitty Pryde, 13 and a half years old, arrives at home after ballet practice to discover her parents meeting with Miss Emma Frost, the White Queen in human form, headmistress of the elite Massachusetts Academy in Deerfield, Illinois. Kitty has an instinctive disdain for Miss Frost and believes that her parents' discussion of transferring her to a private school indicates that they want a divorce. As a migraine attacks her, she lays down on her bed to recuperate. She opens her eyes to discover herself on the living room floor after tolerating the pain for a few seconds. She hurries back up to her room, perplexed, just as her parents notice Miss Frost gone and greet their next guests, Charles Xavier, Aurora Monroe, Peter Rasputin, and Logan. Xavier, like Miss Frost, is looking for Kitty to join his school as a student. Kitty observes Xavier and his students and concludes that they are far more fascinating. She thinks Peter is cute, in particular. While Charles speaks with Kitty's parents, the rest of the team takes her to a nearby malt shop to get to know her. Meanwhile, Logan and a flustered Peter peruse the store's racks for some girly magazines. To Kitty's surprise, she strikes up an instant connection with Aurora, who reveals that they are the X-Men. The three X-Men are attacked by three armored mercenaries who burst through the shop window. Each of the X-Men's assailants has armor designed to counteract their opponent's powers. Kitty cringes in horror as the brawl erupts and is taken aback when she walks right through the exterior wall, landing in the alley behind the shop. She slips out before she can ultimately realize what has happened. Storm hasn't observed how Kitty left, but she is pleased to find out that she is no longer there. Meanwhile, the X-Men discover that switching opponents allows them to vanquish their foes and easily defeat them. However, their triumph is short-lived as they are killed by a strong psionic blast from the White Queen. While the White Queen orders the X-Men to be stripped of their costumes, the Hellfire Club's car drives away. When asked what she plans to do about Kitty, she ignores her, confident in her ability to capture her at any time. Unbeknown to them, Kitty has snuck on board the hovercraft using her newfound phasing ability. She worries about how she can save her new companions on her own. Emma Frost becomes the Hellfire Club's White Queen. She becomes the CEO and the chairman of the board of Frost International, a company that helps the Lords Cardinal fund its operations. Frost also becomes the chairman of the board of trustees and the headmistress of the Massachusetts Academy, a school for mutants that competes with Charles Xavier's School for Gifted Youngsters by exploiting a bug installed in Cerebro to attract young mutants. Frost and the club's spies later tried to recruit Kitty Pryde for the Massachusetts Academy and kidnap and torture other X-Men members, including Storm, Colossus, Wolverine, and Phoenix, then masquerading as Jean Grey. Phoenix is overwhelmed and on the edge of death until Frost confronts her in psychic combat. Frost makes a last-minute strike, leading the X-Men to assume she's killed herself. She was the Firestar for the Massachusetts Academy. She catches Kitty Pryde once more while attempting to recruit Doug Ramsey for the Massachusetts Academy. For the first time, she faces the Hellions' enemy squad, Xavier's New Mutants with the Hellions. The New Mutants are disturbed and withdrawn after being slain and revived by Beyonder. Frost promises to help them telepathically revert to their previous selves. She then uses her power to persuade their headmaster Magneto to let them enter the Massachusetts Academy. Magneto is invited to join the Hellfire Club by Frost along with Shaw and Selene. She stages a battle between the New Mutants and the Hellions, recruits Magma for the Massachusetts Academy, and then sends Empath to Nova Roma with Magma. She fights alongside Magneto, Shaw, and Selene to save Magma from the High Evolutionary Forces. Emma subsequently assists Magneto in the search for the missing New Mutants, and she, along with Magneto, Shaw, and Selene, is subjected to the Inferno's effects. Together they fight the New Mutants and vote to expel Shaw from the club. When the mutant hunting robots known as the Sentinels are unleashed on Emma Frost and the Hellions by the time-traveling mutant Trevor, Emma places herself in a mental sleep to survive the trauma, and virtually all of her students are slain. Later, she awakens in Xavier's academy. She swaps minds with Iceman and Fleas, but when she learns of her students' murders, Professor Xavier persuades a distraught Emma Frost to switch back. Frost seeks aid from her estranged sister Adrienne, a psychometrist, after her business attempts go south. Her sister offers financial advice in exchange for a position as co-headmistress of the school. Emma's sister plots against her secretly and detonates a bomb at the school, killing Generation X member Sync. Emma later teams up with the X-Men Banshee and Jubilee along with Sabretooth to defeat the Phalanx. They save a group of teenage mutants who go on to form the Generation X superhero team, which includes students at the reopened Massachusetts Academy, now run by co-headmasters Emma Frost and Banshee. Frost finds and murders Adrienne, then returns to the Academy, growing progressively estranged from her students in an attempt to conceal conceal her crime. Emma has slain Monet's sister, and Monet notifies the other students that they can no longer believe her. This, along with Banshee's growing sadness and inebriation resulting from losing his longtime partner Moira McTaggart, causes the students to disband Generation X.
Frost, you getting anything?
There's no one here. Not a human mind, anyway.
Emma then moves to Genosha, a mutant sanctuary island where she runs and teaches in a mutant school until a genocidal sentinel attack kills the majority of the island's population, including all of Emma's students. Emma manages to stay alive thanks to the emergence of her secondary mutation, the ability to morph into a flexible, near-invulnerable diamond-like material. After the Xavier Institute becomes a regular school, Emma joins the X-Men, who had saved her from Genosha, and takes up a teaching post. She begins to care for and instruct the Stepford Cuckoos, a group of psychic quintuplets who rapidly become her favored students. When Frost and the Cuckoos help fight and destroy Cassandra Nova, Charles Xavier's evil twin sister, they demonstrate their worth. Frost initiates a telepathic and non-physical sexual connection with Cyclops. He had grown estranged from his wife Jean due to his brief physical and mental merging with the ancient mutant Apocalypse. Their estrangement was exacerbated by Jean's remanifestation of the Phoenix. These telepathic conversations begin as therapy, but quickly transform into a telepathic romantic love affair. One of the Stepford Cuckoos, Sophie, is killed while quelling a disturbance at the school, and the others reject Emma's mentoring, blaming her for the tragedy. They want to avenge Emma and Cyclops by telepathically contacting Jean about their psychic romance. In the riot's aftermath, Jean has a mental image of Frost and Summers together in bed. She unleashes her resurrected Phoenix abilities and psionically humiliates Frost in a fit of wrath. Emma's diamond form is later discovered smashed into shards. While Bishop and Sage investigate the crime, Jean uses her emerging Phoenix abilities to bring Emma back to life, realizing that Emma had fallen deeply and severely in love with Cyclops. When Emma is resurrected, she can identify her assailant, Esme of the Stepford Cuckoos. She had mind-controlled fellow student Angel Salvador into killing Frost with a diamond bullet. Zorn kills Jean later, and a guilt-ridden Scott is left behind. His inability to move on with his life and with Emma leads to a dystopian alternate future, which is averted by Jean, reborn as the White Phoenix of the Crown, who encourages Cyclops to begin a new life with Emma. Despite the disapproval of their friends and families, Cyclops and Emma Frost become passionate lovers and take over the school after Professor Xavier retires. Emma becomes co-headmistress with Cyclops and mentor to a new generation of Hellions. Rachel Grey, the daughter of Jean and Cyclops, was unhappy with her father for initiating a relationship with Emma so quickly after Jean's death. She begins a hostile relationship with colleague teacher Kitty Pryde. Emma agrees to assist Rachel in improving and magnifying her telepathic powers even more, and the two appear to have achieved an understanding. Emma's real loyalties are called into question when she abandons the squad during a fight to consult with a shadowy person who is shown to be a group of 4 people lurking in the shadows. Sebastian Shaw, Cassandra Nova, Negasonic Teenage Warhead, and a veiled person known only as Perfection were among the members of the gang who discussed Emma's planned betrayal of the squad. Emma's survival from Genosha's destruction was due to Cassandra Nova's creation of Emma's secondary mutation as part of a plan to infiltrate the X-Men as a sleeper agent, Nova having previously destroyed the memory of their meeting, and only recently restored it. Following decimation, the student population plummets, and Emma, without consulting Cyclops, resolves to overhaul the school's whole operation.
Exchanging bodies!
Essential facts about Emma Frost. Emma Frost is a mutant with 2 distinct sets of abilities. Her primary mutation is telepathy, and she is one of the most powerful telepaths on the planet. Her telepathic abilities are on a par with Professor Xavier in some cases. She does, however, have a secondary mutation. Her secondary mutant talent is the ability to transform into an organic diamond form. This is similar to the transformation of Colossus into steel. There's only one issue. Emma can't use her telepathic abilities while in diamond form. The X-Men's universe was rocked by the events of the Dark Phoenix saga. In this story, Jean Grey had an accident in space, and the Phoenix reappeared in her body. She developed more abilities than ever thanks to her telekinesis and telekinetic powers, as well as the Phoenix Force. Jean was kidnapped by the Hellfire Club, who then indoctrinated her into serving with them. However, the interference with her mind released the Phoenix's full power, and the Dark Phoenix was formed, destroying an entire galaxy. Phoenix died because of this, and the Hellfire Club was to blame. Grant Morrison's new X-Men is regarded as one of the best modern X-books for both new and old old fans, although at 15 years old, the term modern may no longer be applicable. Sentinels assault the mutant island colony of Genosha in the first plot arc, murdering everyone on the island. Due to her diamond skin, Emma Frost survives the Holocaust. While she may appear well, she is constantly tormented by the recollection of her staggering out of the ruins of a collapsed building, holding the body of a dead student in her arms. What makes her so powerful? Emma is a skilled and powerful telepath. Her psionic abilities allow her to perform a variety of feats such as mental communication, mind reading, mind control, inducing paralysis, possession, hypnosis, pain stimulation, illusion casting, astral projection, psychic surgery, and by collecting ambient psionic energy, she can create powerful psionic lightning bolts, or psi-bolts, capable of rendering a person unconscious or even killing them. During the destruction of Genosha, Emma developed a secondary mutation that resulted in a total conversion of her biological tissues into a diamond-like material. Cassandra Nova may have triggered this secondary mutation for her to survive Genosha's harsh environment as revealed in a flashback. However, it's still questionable if this is true. Emma has more abilities when possessing a piece of the Phoenix Force. She obtains the power to control the Phoenix's cosmic energy, which she may use to light foes on fire or project energy blasts. She can also fly and has telekinetic skills. Emma's intelligence and wit have allowed her to rise through the ranks of business, the Hellfire Club and the X-Men, and amass a vast fortune. Her persuasion skills and demeanor may easily convince others to act in her favor, especially when combined with her telepathy. Emma is an expert in electrical theory and electronics, having learned how to create gadgets that can magnify psionic energy and use it for various purposes. She created the technique that allowed Mastermind to project his illusion straight into the Phoenix Force's consciousness. Emma is a formidable combatant on her own. She held her own against Bishop and Sage in her diamond form until Bishop was forced to blast her away from the battlefield. Right after her arm was reattached, she beat a half-dozen sinister males with no powers as a part of her training. Where else has she appeared? Emma is a member of the Brotherhood of Mutant Terrorists, a group that fought the X-Men in Pride of the X-Men. The White Queen was her title. In X-Men the Animated Series, Emma is a member of the inner circle of the Hellfire Club, along with the other members who attempt to use Mastermind to confuse Jean Grey and make the situation worse, while Jean was under the influence of the Phoenix. Emma is also a prominent character in the Wolverine and the X-Men series, where Kari Wahlgren voices her. Emma is discovered by the astonishing X-Men, Beast, Cyclops, Logan, and Storm in a pod next to Armor at the U-Men lab in the Japanese X-Men anime. Actress Finola Hughes portrayed Emma Frost in a Fox made-for-TV rendition of Generation X. Emma, along with Banshee, was a mentor for Generation X. Emma is played by Tanya Totsi and appears briefly in the film X-Men Origins: Wolverine. Emma is a mutant with the power to change her body into a diamond form, appearing in Wolverine's past. In the 2011 film X-Men First Class, January Jones plays Emma Frost. She is revealed as the White Queen of Sebastian Shaw's Hellfire Club. Emma Frost is a boss character in the Japanese X-Men Konami arcade game based on the X-Men pilot Pride of the X-Men. In X-Men Legends, Emma Frost is a playable character. She becomes an NPC, non-playable character, when you save Colossus in the nuclear power plant level. She is also featured as an NPC in the sequel X-Men Legends 2: Rise of Apocalypse, when she assisted the X-Men in their quest in Madri Temple after telepathically informing Professor X about the Stepford Cuckoo's revolt in Madri. In Marvel Ultimate Alliance, Emma is one of the defeated X-Men. Emma Frost is a non-playable character who first appears in X-Men Destiny as the X-Men's leader alongside Cyclops. The White Queen of all time. Emma Frost's background reveals that she battled tooth and nail to earn her place among the X-Men elite. She's been a villain, a hero, an anti-hero, and a variety of other titles that readers use to categorize their favorite characters. She has established a reputation that most people aspire to, but she has done so in ways that most people could never even imagine. She's what happens when authors take the time to develop characters that have been neglected for a long time. If you enjoyed this video, click on like and share, and comment below about which other characters you'd like to know about or explore. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel. That's all for now. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.